there's like some magician out there who can make a fiber that does not frizzle and frazzle, I would owe him my life. One thing I've noticed about this fiber is that it does not get as clumpy and like sticky feeling. Out of all of the heat-friendly synthetic fibers from all the brands, this might be my favorite. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today we're going to talk about how Sizzle by TressAllure has held up over the last 10 wears. But before I jump into all of that, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. So if you've been following along here on YouTube, you may have seen a review I did on Sizzle by TressAllure several weeks ago. And at the end of the video, I mentioned that I was going to wear her for about 10 wears and come back to you guys and let you know how she's held up and just my general thoughts on how she has been wearing. So here I am. I am back with her and ready to give you the goop. So before you watch this, it might be helpful for you to go back and actually watch the review of Sizzle and then come back to this video. Or not, if you don't want to. You don't have to listen to me. Okay, so Sizzle is obviously a very long style. It's a long layered style, and it's important to note that Sizzle is made with heat-friendly synthetic fiber. Sizzle is also made with TressAllure's newest fiber, which is called their Look Fabulous Realistic Light Fiber. And this fiber is heat-friendly, like I mentioned, and it's also 40% lighter than pretty much any other synthetic fiber out there. It truly is lightweight, soft, and beautiful. And after wearing this for about 10 days, I am actually really liking this fiber. But let me dive deeper into it because I will tell you it's not perfect. I don't know if there ever will be a perfect synthetic fiber, so let me tell you all about it. Now, some things to note about heat-friendly synthetic fibers in general, like across the board, is that they wear down pretty quickly. Like they get frizzy and frazzly at the ends very quick. They also get quite clumpy, like the fibers clump together and you have to comb through them throughout the day, or else you just get these like clumps of hair falling down behind your back. Now, of course, the frizzles and frazzles and the clumps happen more the longer your style is. So I usually on a style that is this long, you're gonna find the clumping and you're gonna find the frizzing. Now here's what I have found with Sizzle over about 10 wears. And now when I say 10 wears, I mean like I wore her for 10 separate days for about 5 hours a day. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. And it's because it's hard for me to go around wearing one wig a day because my job involves changing my wigs and doing videos and stuff. So it's not always as often that I'm out and about for a huge chunk of time wearing one wig, if that makes any sense. But I did find time to wear this an actual 10 times for about 5 hours each time. Anyways, let me continue. Now, what I have found about this fiber is that it has managed to maintain that really lightweight feel. Over time, like I mentioned, heat-friendly fibers can get like tacky and clumpy. One thing I've noticed about this fiber is that it does not get as clumpy and like sticky feeling as other heat-friendly fibers have gotten. Let me just show you what this looks like. And I will let you know, Scout's honor, that I truly have done nothing to this wig since I got it, since I put it on, other than change the part and comb through it. I haven't added heat, I haven't added product, I haven't like sprayed the ends with water or anything. I've truly only just changed the part and then worn her. But let me give you the spinaroo, show you what she's looking like now. So she has not been feeling very clumpy and very sticky and very tacky, which is honestly a win for heat-friendly synthetic fiber. However, something that she is doing, which honestly, it's hard to avoid, is she is frizzy. Let me show you, getting up close. This is what she's looking like now. I mean, it's not awful, but it's also not great. So she is frizzy and frazzly, and I don't know if you can hear this. Does she sound crunchy? The frizz is like there, maybe that kind of shows you more of it. It's not ideal, and it honestly took all of my being not to go and get my hot air brush and my water bottle and fix it up, but I'm like, no, I must endure. Because usually I will touch up my fibers as soon as they start looking frizzly and frazzly and crunchy, but I didn't for this one so that you could actually see what she's looking like. So although the clumpiness is not really here, and although the stickiness is not really here, which is amazing, the frizzlies and the frazzlies are here. And the frizzlies and frazzlies come from the detangling. Like, she still got tangly. I will tell you, it's not that she wasn't getting tangled. She still got tangly. I still had to comb through her. But the frizzly and frazzliness comes from the combing. Always comb with a wide tooth comb, by the way. Comes from the combing, and it comes from the friction against your clothing. And when you have a long style like this, you're gonna get more of that friction, more of that tangling, hence the having to comb it more often. So avoiding the tangles and avoiding the frizzly frazzlies with these long styles is very near impossible. I don't know if there's like some magician out there who can make a fiber that does not frizzle and frazzle. I would owe him my life. But I think this is just one thing I have accepted about heat-friendly synthetic fibers, that you have to maintain them. And for me, that's okay. I will take that because heat-friendly fibers aren't shiny like they are with your plain synthetic fiber, which is, to me, an amazing feature. If I were to rank this look fabulous, realistic, light fiber out of all of the heat-friendly synthetic fibers from all of the brands, this might be my favorite. And I think it's because it is light, it is very lightweight, and it's not as clumpy. Like I said, I mean, I've said all of these things already in this video, but honestly, I think this is one of my favorites. It might not be as buttery soft as Belle Tress's Luxe fibers can be if you are familiar with those, but I feel like this one holds up a little bit better because I do find that Belle Tress's Luxe fibers still do get a bit clumpy. Okay, I will also note that I obviously have not washed this either, and I am still pleasantly surprised at how nice and flowy this all still is. I often find that I have to wash my heat-friendly synthetic fiber styles a little bit more often than my plain synthetic styles because of the clumpiness. And whenever you wash it, it just kind of like restarts it all so it doesn't feel so clumpy anymore. But look, like doing this, you can see that it's not clumping up. It's still nice and fluffy and light. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but I'm just trying to get the point across that this is a pretty decent fiber. Okay, since I'm here right now, and since you're here watching me, unless you're sick of listening to me by now, I'm gonna show you how I fix the fibers, how I get rid of the frizziness. I have done videos on this before on how to fix your heat-friendly fiber, but since we're all here, I may as well just show you super quick. So anytime I have frizzy, frazzly, icky fibers on my straighter wig, so this is more of a straight style with just a little bit of, structure going on to it, I will typically use my hot air brush. Now, the first step I'm going to do is detangle, which I've been slightly doing as I've been talking to you guys. So once you have detangled it and your brush or your comb is going through pretty nicely, then what I'm gonna do is take my spray bottle of water. I just got this from Amazon. It's just a mister. And I'm going to spray my ends with water. I'm not gonna get them like soaking wet, but they're gonna be pretty damp, and just kind of work it into my ends. Now, when I add heat to this, the heat is gonna help get rid of the frizz, but what heat also does is it straightens the style out, or it gets rid of the style. So I don't wanna go through my whole wig because I don't wanna like fully get rid of any structure that has going on. So I'm just gonna stick to pretty much the ends of my fiber. So let me plug this in, hold on. There we go. I'm gonna turn this. I have a low, middle, and high setting. Honestly, I go to my high setting on this one. This is also from Amazon and it works really well for me. I don't always feel the need to spend $1 million on hot tools. And this is one I've had forever and it's still working. So I've put it on high just because I know that it works for me, or I will put it on high. And then I'm gonna go through my fibers. Now I'm gonna turn the volume off because it's gonna be loud and I don't wanna annoy you. So I'm just gonna go through the ends with it on high. after I've done that, I want to maintain some of the structure. So I'm gonna hold the fiber and I'm gonna cradle it in this like curved pattern here so that it cools and it sets like this as opposed to cooling straight. So one thing you need to know about heat-friendly synthetic fiber and just any synthetic fiber in general, if you want it to stay in the position that you're hoping for it to stay in, you need to let it cool set in that position before you release it. So that's what we're doing now. We're just cool setting this here so that it doesn't fall flat. And it only takes like a few seconds. It doesn't take too long. So it's pretty much done now. And now we can see, look at that compared to the frizzies here. So it's now nice and sleek. It feels so much smoother. And this is still like poofy and a bit fuzzy. So it definitely makes a difference and it's so much easier to run your hands through it. Even though we have detangled the side already, it's still like you're still catching. It's hard to run your fingers through even though we've detangled it and your fingers keep catching. But now look, so soft, so easy. So I know some people are sometimes scared of heat-friendly synthetic fibers, but if you have a straighter style like this, it's honestly pretty simple and pretty quick to maintain. All right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right now. I'm not gonna do this side for you. You don't need to see me doing the exact same thing to the other side, but hopefully this was helpful for you guys in making a decision on whether or not Sizzle is the right one for you, or even just kind of opens your eyes to TressAllure's Look Fabulous Realistic Light Fiber that they do have on several of their other styles. But with that, I'm gonna skedaddle, let you go enjoy your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.